Hello, and welcome to my series on the basics of derivatives. This is going to be part one of a three-part series covering the basic uh, topics regarding derivatives, including the power rule, the product rule, the quotient rule, and the chain rule, along with any exceptions, for example, sine and cosine, e to the x, and other topics like that. For this video, I'll be covering the basics of the power rule, which is to be considered anytime a given function is of a single variable of x, or is multiple variables of x, which is separated by a sign such as addition or subtraction. In order to use the power rule, you would like to multiply the variable that you are using, which is most commonly x, by its power and then subtract it by 1. You can see the formula that is used to calculate the derivative using the power rule below. So here is going to be the first practice equation regarding that formula. For f of x is equal to x to the second power. So for this equation, what you would first do is you would go ahead and multiply the x by 2 and then lower the power to 1. And that is going to give you your derivative of 2x. So therefore, your derivative of x to the second power is simply going to just be 2x. Here's going to be the second practice problem, which is going to be f of x is equal to 1 over x. Now this can go ahead and be rewritten as x to the negative 1, which makes it easy for you to go ahead and use the power rule in this situation. So here you would go ahead and multiply the x by negative 1, and then once again you would lower the power by 1, so you would get negative 2, which the formula, or not the formula, the equation can then be rewritten as negative 1 over x squared, being the derivative of 1 over x. Now, for the third practice problem, we have the given equation of the square root of x. Now, this too can be rewritten as x to the 1/2 power. So what you would want to do is first go ahead and once again multiply the x by 1/2. You then want to go ahead and subtract 1 from the power, which would then give you negative 1/2. So then you can go ahead and rewrite this derivative of the square root of x as 1 over 2 times the square root of x. Those are the basics of the power rule. And the power rule can be applied in nearly every single situation in which you are taking a derivative. The power rule is the basis of taking derivatives. So it'll be used, number one, for the power rule, obviously, as well as the product rule, the quotient rule, the chain rule, for sine, for cosine, for e to the x. It's used for everything. So this is a very fundamental aspect of derivatives.